Hi, Sally here, and today I am going to go over projects in Cricut Design Space. I thought I'd just go down this row and do a little video about each one, except not templates. I did that in my overview. There's really not much more to it. So, if you get to your canvas, if you remember how to do that, let me show you again. Go back home. So this is the screen that will open when you open Cricut Design Space. So you can either click on New Project or click on this hamburger menu and click on Canvas. So either way will work. I'm going to click on New Project. So when you click on Projects over here on the left, it shows all categories. And there are many projects. So I'll just click on one for an example. What they are is an already designed thing that basically you could just click Make It and it will cut out and then you just assemble it, for this example anyway. So it has the name here, if it's easy, medium, advanced, whatever, and then the time it will take you to finish this project. It has the size of it, when other people have made it and what theirs look like, and the description, and then materials that you need to cut, and then other materials or tools that you will need to make the project. And lately they've been having ads, so you could ignore that part. And then there are instructions. Now, some projects have better instructions than others. Some just say assemble the project, and it's kind of hard to figure out how to make it. So make sure you understand how to make the project. So here's all the instructions, and then down here it has the images and fonts used in the project. And so it has this mini sphere lantern, and then if there's this little A, it means it's included in Cricut Access. And then it has some related projects. So I'm just gonna go back up and click on this little X. So this has just every single one. So basically it has the newest, I think they go in order of newest uploaded projects, show first. So I'm gonna go to all categories, and there are many different categories. So there's ones that, if you've made something before, your projects will be there. If there's ones that you like, you can bookmark them and they will show here. Then here's a bunch of different ones. So about anything you want to make will be here. So holidays, Christmas is its own thing. So and Halloween. Let's see if there's Valentine. So they have Chinese New Year and regular New Year. Oh, looks like they've got Christmas mixed in here too. Here's Galentine's Day box. Purim. I don't know how to say that. Don't know if I'm saying that right or not. But so this is all holiday stuff. But what I would like to go to is free, just in case there's people who don't have Cricut Access. Except I noticed when I was looking through, a lot of these, they don't have the A by them. But for instance, this snowflake tree, which is really pretty, if you go down to the images and fonts used in the project, there are a few, almost all the snowflakes are included in Cricut Access. So make sure you look at the bottom to see if you'll have to pay for the image or not. So I looked through these, and there were a few that were completely free. So if you just keep scrolling, it will load more projects. So let's see, where was the one? I think that's the end of them. So these heart earrings are completely free, and you could use those, you know, you wouldn't have to make earrings out of them. You could add them as charms onto something else, or whatever you wanted to do with them. But what I thought would be a good project to go through, what is it? There it is, gift tag set. So these are very simple. You need a pen. So if you don't have any Cricut pens, then you won't be able to do this. But I know I've seen a lot of videos where you can find other pens to fit in the Cricut holder, but we'll go through this one. So up here is pictures. So these dots will tell you how many pictures. So there's 4 pictures, and you just click on the arrows to get different views of what it is. And then here's how it will look on the mat, on the canvas, I mean. Okay, so this tells you about the size of each tag, 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches, or 3.8 centimeters by 8.9 centimeters. Oh, it's easy and takes less than 30 minutes. This project draws and cuts cardstock to create a set of 3 gift tags. So materials to cut, you'll need white cardstock, and then here's a link if you need to buy that. And then you also need a light grip mat, glitter gel pens, 0.8 millimeter pink, blue, and green, string of ribbon, gift bags, tissue paper, and another link to buy things if you need them. If you want to alter the project, select Customize, then use the tools in the Edit panel to make changes before you cut. So you can just click Make It, and it will make it exactly as it looks here. Or if you wanted to alter it, say you wanted them all the same color, or you wanted the Cricut to draw the name on the gift tag, you know, in a cute font, you could do that too. In fact, I wanted to try that out. So you can click Customize or Make It. So it will cut out just like this if you click Make It, or it will take it to your canvas if you click Customize. So here are the instructions. So you got to put in and change your pen when it prompts you. And there's a link to tell you how to use your pens if you've never used them. And then if you have the Explore or Joy, you need to put your blade in after it's done drawing. And then take them off the mat, tie a string and onto the gift bag. And that's pretty much it. So here are the images and fonts used in the project. There's a circle, there's a square, and there is a line. So let's click Make It, and you can see what it looks like. Let's see, project incompatible. Set Customize. Oh, okay. So when I was playing around with this before, they didn't have the pen colors. The pen colors were not showing up on the canvas. So let's click Customize, and then it will take a second to load. So here they are. So over here, you see this red exclamation mark. If you click that, it will say not supported by Maker. Pen incompatible, change pen selection. So up here is operations. So pen what you have highlighted, it will say what kind of operation that highlighted thing is. So here is our line right here, and the operation is pen. So if you click on this drop down menu, you'll have cut, so different types of cuts. For drawing, there's pen, foil, score, deboss, engrave, print then cut, and then guide. So if you want this to just sit there and you design around it, you can click guide. We want pen, but right here is a question mark. They don't know, Cricut doesn't know which color you want. So it shows up pink here, but I don't know why it doesn't show up as pink here. Let's see if we can see this we'd have to do individual. Let's see if we can, no, we have to do them all individually. So you can just do one at a time. And it said it was so this drop down menu tells you what kind of pen. And so we want glitter gel. What colors did it say? Pink. Okay, so now that one's showing up, but none of the others are. So if you want to select all of them at once, you click, and then if you hold down your shift key on your keyboard, it will select, it will, you can select all of them all at once. And then you can change your pen, and it will change it on all of them. Okay, and you also want to make sure you're doing this slice result, because it draws this triangle as well. Okay, so the green one works, but this blue one has the same issue, I think. Let's make sure. Yes, change pen selection. Okay. All right, so let us select all of them at once again. And change what kind of pen, or tell the machine what kind of pen. Blue, I think. Yes, okay. Now there are no issues. So we can click Make It. And then it will ask you how you're going to load. So you can use on mat or on card mat for pre-folded cards. So we want on mat. And you can have a 12 by 12 or a 12 by 24 mat. And so you just pick whichever one. And if you want to have it be that way every time, you can click this remember this selection, and you can change it in settings. I'm just going to leave it like that, even though I don't have any of these other ways to load it. And then you just click confirm, and then here it is. So if you want, say your mat is not very sticky in this top corner, because that's where it automatically loads everything, is in this top corner. So let's say you want this corner is more sticky. So you can arrange these to cut however you want, or wherever on this mat that you want. Okay. Or say you want a bunch of gift bags or tags. You can do project copies and change this to however many you want. And then you just click apply, and it will do that many. So then material load type, it says on mat, which is what we picked. Or if you have a card mat, you can click that. Your material size. So by default, it does 12 by 12 inches, but if you only have 8.5 inches or a smaller piece or whatever size, they've got lots of different sizes here. Say you just have an 8.5 by 11 sheet. It will change how they're loaded to try to save as much materials as possible. So you see how it turned these ones sideways. So this way you can, if you just have, 8.5 by 11 cardstock, this uses almost the whole sheet. So that's pretty good. So then you would just click continue and it would explain how to do it. But let's go back, let's hit cancel. And so I'm just gonna do it plain, but you can add other things, happy birthday or congratulations or, whatever you want on the tag with your text, or you can add an image, whatever you want to do to them. You can change them. You can change the size. Say you want a giant tag for something else. That will happen here. But for now, let's just leave it like this. And then we'll click Make It. And again, it will ask us how we're going to load them for any material on the mat. And we'll do Confirm. And then this will show us. I'm going to change to 8.5 by 11 because I don't want to use a whole sheet of 12 by 12 for this. So, trying to decide if I want to do more. Might as well, because, well, let's just do 2 project copies and change it back to 8.5 by 11. It changed back to 12 by itself for some reason. Okay, so then you can see on this gray square that represents your mat. So where the white is represents your paper. Okay, and so where these designs are where it's going to cut and draw. Okay, so we've got on the mat, we've got our size, we've got pen, we got basic cut. So then you click continue, and then it will say to connect your machine, whichever machine. I have a Maker. And then set base material. So I like cardstock for intricate cuts to do words. So that is bookmarked, or you can click popular not fabrics, materials that you're going to cut. So this is just, you need to tell it what you're going to cut. So we've got cardstock. It'll probably be just maybe medium cardstock. And then you click done. Okay, so then it says what it's set to. If you know your machine, you can click more pressure or less pressure. You might want to click less if it might have cut through and cut your mat, or more if it's not quite cutting all the way through. Usually I'm fine with default. And then it will say load tools and material. We need to put the pen in clamp A and the fine point blade in clamp B. And once we've done that, oh, that's a watercolor pen. We don't have this. But then it says coming up, we need the green pen and the pink pen. So once you have your paper on your mat, your pen in, your blade in, you can press the load and unload button to load your paper. And once it's loaded, it will say press go. So your little flashy thing, your little C button will flash. And you just push that to go ahead and make it. So I'm going to switch to my other camera to show you how to load the materials. All right, so here is my mat. I like to use the green mat for pretty much everything. So you want to make sure you put your paper in this corner here and line it up pretty good. It doesn't need to be exact because they do, you know, they won't cut right at the edge. They give you about a 1/4 inch all the way around, and make sure that's pushed down very well. And then we'll load it into the machine. So here back on the computer. Okay, so when you load your mat, you want to make sure that you got your mat under, oh, you can't see, under these little guides like this, and then you kind of push it a little bit and push the load button. And we need to, I've got my fine point blade in here already, but I need the pen. Okay, so blue was the first color. So to load a pen, you just open that, and then you get the little arrow and kind of hold the clamp up while you do it and push till it clicks and shut that. And so now we're ready to go. Our little, let's move over, our little go button is flashing, so I'm just going to push that, and it will make sure that you've got your right materials in there, or your mat at least, and then it will start drawing. Now our little Cricut button is flashing again, so that means it's time to change colors. Computer, it shows which color pen to load. I did not realize these were watercolor pens. I don't have watercolor pens. We're going to use gel for that one as well. So you change your pen to the green and then push the go button again. All right. So just undo the clamp, pull that out, make sure you put the cap back on, and here's my green one. Load that up, and then push the Cricut go button, and then this one will draw. All right, now our go button is flashing again, so that means it's time to change pens again. So here we are back at the computer, and now it says to load the pink and clamp A and push the go button. And here it tells you what % of your project is done, and right now it says drawing. So we'll go back and change the pen and push the go button. Okay, so let's take out the green pen, load the pink one the same way, and push our button. Okay, well, it finished drawing, but the little C button is not flashing. I'm going to go look at the computer and see what it says. Okay, so it says 100% done drawing, but I'm not quite sure why it's not cutting, because it says right here basic cut. So it looks like it froze or something. I'm not sure. What does this do? Edit. I'm not sure why it stopped. Because it has basic cut. Wonder if it's because this was designed with a joy or an explore in mind, and I didn't need to change from the pen to the blade. I don't know. Dang. Well, if you have an explore, then you would put in, it would say to put in your blade, and then it would cut these out. Now, I am not sure what it's gonna do. Shoot. Yeah, this should cut out. Dang it. Well, I'm gonna fiddle and see what happens. Oh, it's doing something. Okay. Oh, good. I think it will cut them out now. Yay. Guess it just needed a minute to think about it. So I have taken my tags off of my mat, and here is how they turned out. I'll just need to add ribbon or twine, string, whatever, to the hole and tie them onto my package. So that was a pretty quick and easy project. Now that the project is all drawn and all cut, it tells you to unload your mat. So you just push the arrow button that's flashing, and then once you get your mat unloaded, well, actually you can just click done down here in the corner right now. And then, ooh, I just heard it. It unloaded itself. I didn't know it did that. So anyway, so you can, when you're done, you can save this if you really like it, and you click save as, and then you can rename it to whatever you want and add it to, you know, a collection if you want. So maybe birthday cards, and then click save. And then it tells you it was saved, and then when you click my stuff, it'll show up right here. So if you want to make more gift tags like this, you can. So that, let's see. Oh, here we go back. So that is that. And if you want to do something new, you can just, let's see. Ooh, Oh, you can click that hamburger menu, go home, and then you can just do a new project or go back to the canvas. So that is projects in Cricut Design Space. So there's a lot of pre-made things that makes it super easy. There's many, 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 many more if you have Cricut access. But you don't need it. There's free ones too. Not very many, but there are some. So that does it. So thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.